back again with another recipe full of lemony goodness. And my special guest is joining me. Stay tuned for her very special recipe. Hey everybody, and welcome to Cooking It Real. I'm Kathy, and joining me today is my good friend Elizabeth Lindsay. She's visiting me from Denver, Colorado. You might have seen her in our last video where we made lemon chess pie. That was amazing. But today she's going to bring another recipe from her mama's restaurant from back in the day.
From back in the day, lemon bread, which is like my absolute favorite. It will not last. It will be gone.
I've been told that fights could break out over this.
Yes, actually, my mother and my Aunt Adelaide used to fight over this recipe, whose recipe it actually was. And the last time I made it was with my sister in Asheville with my Aunt Adelaide after my mom was gone. So, you know, every time I eat it, it's like eating a slice of my childhood. And It is my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
I can't wait to try it. I've heard about this bread.
It's so lemony and gooey and sweet and yummy.
Oh, I want to ask you a little bit more about your mama's restaurant that she had in the village.
Greenwich Village in New York City.
New York City. That was like when?
Like the late 1960s, early 70s into, you know, all the way into the late 70s. But she ended up having 5 in New York. She actually had one in the Guggenheim Museum. And they were all called the Front Porch. But the first one was a little pharmacy around the corner because we grew up in a tenement building. I grew up as a latchkey kid. So my mama would go to the corner and bake all night and bake the pies and the soups and everything. And then she would send us off to school and they would pick us up and we'd go to school in the city. And that was when she would sleep. So yeah, so that's kind of the story. And it was a restaurant that was like Southern desserts, soups, and breads.
Sounds like it would have been a very popular thing in New York City.
It was a very popular thing at the time. And actually, I said this on the last video, but she got written up in the New York Times, which was really great for her. She was one of the first to do a vegetarian chili with texturized soy protein. Yeah. And it was so delicious. And I literally grew up on that. I grew up on the restaurant food, but all wholesome, real ingredients.
Right.
And, you know, we would go in the restaurant and be like, Mama, this is my mom's restaurant. And the waitress would be like, sit down and shut up. You're going to have what I bring you. So we didn't get any special favors. You cannot
order a la carte. No. You're having soup of the day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get started and let's make this delicious lemon bread.
Yeah. And make 2, because if you love lemon, you're going to wish you'd done all of this twice so you had more because it freezes really well.
That is a really good tip.
Yeah.
I can't wait. All right. Let's do it.
You want to have the butter soft. So you leave it out, you know, for a couple hours.
Not melted, just
room temperature. Yep.
And we need 2 cups of soft butter, which is 4 sticks.
So we're just going to put these sticks in here. Okay, so for sugar, we need 4 cups of sugar. All right, so we're just going to add. See, it's nice and soft, and it's just kind of blending into this buttery softness.
I'll bring you down in a minute.
So is that a half cup?
That's a third of a cup.
Oh,
because that's the only one that's going to fit into my sugar thing. So that's 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 1 cup.
Okay, so that's 1. You want to do that. You want
3
4.
more times.
You want 4 cups total. And that speed is just perfect because it's mixing it up.
So that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, 3.
So that's 2 cups.
2. Now, did your mom also sell her stuff to go? You know, like did she sell pies?
You could go into the restaurant and get it to go, but eventually she had a commissary where they did all the baking later when she became a chain and had 5 restaurants in the city. So they would make everything in the commissary and then deliver it to each of the restaurants.
Wow.
But, you know, yeah, you could buy anything to go, but it wasn't like she had a to-go shelf or anything. Now, is that 3 cups?
That's 3.
Okay.
And here comes the last cup.
Perfect. So now we're just going to turn it off and we're going to lift this up and we're just going to kind of scrape the sides and just make sure, because some of the sides have a little more sugar. So we're just going to make it so that it's mixing pretty good.
You know, this is like my favorite part. I love to like
Lick
sneak a
it,
little piece.
lick it. Let's lick
Sugar
it,
and salt.
lick
I mean,
it,
sugar and butter.
it. I know you want to lick it. Okay. All right. So that's good. But like, yeah, we're not going for perfection. We're just going to make sure that it's mixing up good.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And then,
Lock
wait,
this,
I didn't lock it.
down.
Lock it. So I would put it like on a 2. You don't want it to be super high while you're throwing the eggs in there. But we're just going to break 4 eggs. And, you know, just be careful that you're not getting the eggshell in there. And then if you can't keep count, you can just count the shells. Yeah. Okay, now what I would do is I would stop it because there's on the side of here, this stuff's not getting in there. So I'm just going to push it down.
Want to lift it up?
I think we're good. We
Okay.
just need to get just this little bit down there because we just want it to be consistent. So we're doing a total of 8 eggs. Just got a little running down the side.
That's okay.
I would say, I mean, I don't know. Some eggs are really large. Some eggs are smaller. These are a little more on the smaller side.
But they are called large eggs. So
yeah, so I think this is good. I really wouldn't worry about that too much. So there we go. We've got our 8 eggs in there. We're going to let it keep spinning around for a minute. And we're going to start adding in our dry ingredients, but I'll scrape the sides.
Yeah, just give it a little. Get on down.
See, I wouldn't do that while it's on because I would just hit myself in the face with the spatula because I'm the klutz in the bunch, always.
Well,
yeah.
I like to live dangerously.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now we want to add in the milk and the lemon zest. And we have pre-done our lemon zest. So this does not look like it is the zest of how many did we do? 5 lemons, but it is.
But it is. See, it's a whole bunch.
I'm trying to unwrap it without it being
at least a half a cup.
At least a half a cup.
Maybe
so
more.
Now I'm going to show it. At least a half a cup. But we did it by the amount of lemons. So we did we do 5 lemons or did we? Yeah, we did 5 lemons. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 5 lemons, and then we're going to do 2 cups of milk. I mean, you literally cannot have too much lemon zest. It's not possible.
And so you want me to be adding milk as you do it?
Let's go ahead and put the milk in.
So this is a half a cup of measure.
Yeah, and you want 2 whole cups. Yep. This is almost like the best pound cake you ever had, but with lemon, you know?
Yep.
And then it's got the lemon zest in it, so it gives it that texture. But it cooks up nice and soft, the lemon zest. So it's not like, you know, it's shredded coconut. You know, it's like soft in there.
And then there's something special that you do once the cake or the bread is baked.
Yes. And that is the key to everything.
Last of the milk, 2 cups. Good.
It's oh so yummy. Now I'm going to turn this up.
All right. Whee!
That might be a little too high. I don't have this, so I use the hand mixer.
Oh, yeah?
If I had a KitchenAid, I can't remember if it's the last video or this video, it'd be turquoise.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Now I'm going to scrape the sides.
And
yep.
I'd scrape off the top of this too.
Yes. Everything needs to be scraped. We're just going to mix it one last time. And I'm going to get the absolute last of the, because you work so hard. Just going to make sure that I shake this over. That's it. And now I'm just going to lock it. How do I lock it? Like that?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to add in our 5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and we're going to add in 4 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay. And you're doing it the bad girl way, which is the way I do it. You're supposed to like take dry ingredients and mix them all together first.
Oh, no.
I never do that.
No. My mother might have done that, but I don't think so. Maybe for the restaurant because she wanted to be so consistent.
Yeah.
But at home, we never did that, you know?
Right.
And baking, it is important. You have the ingredients somewhat correct in the measurements.
True. And how much
and then
flour?
we're going to need 4 cups of flour. Sorry, 5 cups of flour.
5 cups.
Yeah.
All right.
5 cups of flour. You're going to count on me to do the math?
You want me to do it?
Well, as long as I can do it by the cup.
Yeah,
no, I want you to do it. I'll be flour girl.
Step aside.
Step aside.
I will. Okay, that's on stir.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you want, you can turn it off, put it on, you know.
Oh,
I don't
dangerously.
know. Well, I'll live dangerously off camera.
Okay, this is 1.
Yeah. And I would give it a second for it to definitely blend in there. Because this is the part where you want it to blend.
2, 3.
Yeah, we don't, I mean, there's no sifting involved. We're not sifting flour. We're not trying to make not lumpy gravy here. We're just trying to make everything blend just like
easy peasy
grandma would, you know, back in the day.
It's 4.
And what I would probably do is I would probably just do like one of these and fill them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of trying to pour it out from this thing.
Yes, because that's going to be a gluttonous mess.
That is true. All right, we'll give it one more stir, and then we'll move this out of the way, and we'll fill up the pans.
Yep. Okay, so now you make a big old mess, and you take the soft butter that you've been left out, so you need a little extra butter. And then you're just going to take your fingers and, you know, it's like when you were a kid and you were making mud pies, but now we're just going to grease these little bread pans. But the thing is, you know, if you have regular bread pans, that's fine. The reason I'm using these is because we're going to travel with some of these. So we had to buy them in a certain unit. So you don't have to do these, but I would highly recommend greasing them because you don't want your bread to stick. When we used to make stuff in our loft in New York City, when we moved out of the village, we would have the commercial size garbage can as our garbage can. And we would have a bowl that would fit on top of the giant garbage can, and that would be the bowl that we would make like the cookie mix in or whatever, because everything was ginormous when I grew up. I'm talking to Kathy and she's instructing me to look at the camera because I'm not a YouTube girl. All right, so I'm not going for perfection here. I'm just doing it so that they've got some grease on them and your bread is not going to stick mostly to the bottom of the pan. They are going to get quite juicy because we have like a little thing that we do at the end. So these, I would say, are done. They're good. They're always going to stick here, and the crunchy bits are the best. You know, the ends. Mm-hmm. I always covet the ends. So I'm just going to scoop these in here. And this can be a little messy, but it's a lot easier than trying to pour it in here. Yeah. So basically, you just want to have half of your bread pan full. So now I'm just kind of eyeballing them all. They don't all have to be exact.
And what does the recipe say? What are we gonna? We're gonna bake these at
for an hour.
350. Well, that says in a 9x5x3, which is pretty much what that is. Mm-hmm. For 1 hour. Yeah. All right, at 350, 9x5x3 for 1 hour.
Okay, so to me, this one looks light a little bit.
It does.
So I need a scraper.
Good
Well, these
morning.
are about halfway, I would say. Pretty
Yeah,
close.
now they are.
Mm-hmm. And they will rise. Not like a souffle, but they will rise. Now, if you want to lick that, you can.
Well, we probably shouldn't recommend licking it with raw eggs.
Right,
but
you're right.
Yeah, a little lick.
But of course, as a child, that never hurt me. So that's it. These are all by eye. There's 4 there, 5 there total.
Okay.
And we're going to put them in the oven.
And we'll be back when they're ready and show you the next step.
Yep.
The mysterious secret
I'm not going to lick my fingers till the camera's off.
Okay. Cut.
Yeah.
Look at that. Can you see that?
Some of them are more brown than others, but you want them to be a little crispy on the outside. So this is perfect. And then I just kind of separate them a little bit.
Like
and now this is, I don't know if you can see this on here, but I just go and make a million little tiny holes in each one. And you want to do this while it's still warm.
These are just little wooden skewers.
Little wooden skewers.
I bet if you don't have skewers, you could use like maybe just a sharp knife.
You could, but it'll tear up your cake, your bread.
So get some skewers.
So get some little bamboo skewers, or you could use toothpicks. It would just take you longer because they will barely fit all the way. But so you can see how much they rose because we did half the height.
Yep.
So that's about it. You just stick a bunch of holes in here. And then we're going to do a cup of the lemon juice. And then we're going to do a cup of sugar.
Okay.
We did do, I think, 5 lemons, and then we ending up adding a 6th lemon. So for me, it can just never be too lemony.
That's one.
And all we're doing is just mixing in a cup of sugar into our lemon juice. So if you like it really lemony, do a cup. If you want it a little less lemony, you could do 5 lemons. So basically, it's about a lemon per bread tin.
All right, let me pull it down so we can see what you're doing.
Okay. And I'm just mixing in the lemon and with the sugar. And now I'm literally just going to go like this, like this, like this. Again, we're not looking for perfection. We can spread it around in a minute. And I'm just going to do that. And
so this is like a lemon syrup.
It's like a lemon syrup. Yeah.
Oh, we got some
this one needs
nice
some
little
more
seeds in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some seeds in here,
crunch.
because this is cooking for real, not for fake. And what it's going to do, and we're doing this while it's still warm. It just came out of the oven about 10 minutes ago. You want to do it while it's warm because it soaks it up more. And honestly, you think it's going to make your stuff soggy. It's absolutely not going to make anything soggy. It's going to crystallize. And it's going to be oh so yummy. So some of these are going to have a little bit more. Some of these are going to have a little bit less. But it is oh so yummy. Okay. Now we got a little bit of sugar on here because I could have mixed it up a little better. But I don't care. And that's it. So these freeze really well. I would let them cool off entirely before you, wrap them up. These came with little plastic lids. But if it's just a bread tin in glass, you can freeze them or you can take them out of the stuff. I would just let them cool off now, probably for about an hour. And then
if you can wait that long.
if you can wait that long. You can remove this little seed. No, you can't. I'm going to remove that seed.
Get out of there, you.
It really wants to stay. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could put 3 little raspberries in the middle of it if you were giving someone a
gift.
Yeah.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, or a real thin slice of lemon,
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. And it will crystallize and get more like a harder, kind of like a, glazed donut kind of feeling.
And so you would serve this at room temperature probably?
Yes, and you can freeze it. You can microwave it, if you want it a little warm just for like 10 seconds when you cut it up. I'm always, fighting for the ends because the ends are the crunchiest. But that's it. And look how pretty it looks.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I can't wait to try
It
it.
is so good.
All right.
Very addictive.
So we're going to let this cool a little bit and then take a taste?
Yes, we are.
right.
We'll come back and take a taste.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
See you in a bit.
It doesn't look so pretty, but you can see a lot of the crystallization. And of course, I always fought for the end piece.
All right. That's the best piece.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
Super yummy.
We put the glaze on while everything was warm.
Yep.
If you remember, poke the holes, put the glaze on while everything was still warm. Then we let it sit to cool. And then we cut a piece. Look at this. Isn't this cute? We garnished it with a couple of fresh raspberries just for fun. And now it's time to taste. And while we're getting ready to make a taste, I want to invite you to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And we appreciate the thumbs up.
It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. And you can't go bad with the raspberry or two. Because it is super sweet.
It is sweet, but
very lemony.
Very moist. And, oh, this is so tasty. This would be good so many different ways. It's like you could have this as a dessert, period.
Yep.
You could have this like with a cup of coffee or tea.
Yep. You could slice it in 2 thin pieces and put a little bit of raspberry jam in the middle.
Ooh, like a little lemon bread sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I mean, I think I've pretty much eaten everything. Like, I don't know about copyright, so I probably can't go into the shrimp salad, shrimp, fricassee, fried shrimp, but you could eat the lemon bread in a myriad of ways.
And everyone would be good, guarantee.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing your mom's recipes with us, Elizabeth. We really appreciate it and hearing the story of her restaurants in the village. Very impressive lady who's got an amazing daughter. And I'm glad you're my friend.
I'm glad to be my friend.
We love our chatters. All right. We'll see you next time on Cooking It Real. Bye.